Here we're going to be making a very quick little tutorial showing you how to do rolling text like is often used for credits at the end of a movie. So this is something you might want to use for your silent film. To start with, I'm giving you a project file to edit with. So you're going to download that and you click download over here. And you should save that as in a folder on your desktop. Let's make one that we're going to call tutorials on my desktop. Open and save. When you open it up, you may get something like this. It says it was made with an old version of Premiere. That's okay, just click OK, and you're good. You will notice that it looks a little different because this is a widescreen, 2.35 by 1. This is film ratio, and this is what you're going to be using for your silent films. So that's why I'm having you use this project file instead of making it. I'm going to switch to my type tool, and I'm going to make a text box. It's pretty wide, most of the screen wide, and I'm going to make it as long as possible. I want to be in captions and graphics. If you don't see this over here, go ahead and click workspaces, this little icon right here, and you show workspace tabs. It may start off like this, but you can make it bigger. And this gives you an easy way to switch between the different workspaces that you can organize with in Premiere. So in captions and graphics, I should have this bar over here. It has all my information about what's going to go in the text box. If you don't see that, reset to saved layout, and that should bring it up. I don't have anything there yet. I'm going to copy the text from the assignment at the bottom of the screen here. These are just some credits I got off the internet. Make sure you copy all the way from the corporation to Leonard J. Paul is the name of the person who did the music for this film. And I'm going to copy, either Control-C, or you can right-click on the text once you've highlighted it and click copy. And here, I can either right-click and do paste, or I can do Control-V to paste. When I do that, it's going to be all centered on the left. I want it to look a little more professional, so I'm going to center it in the middle. So that's center aligned text right there below the font choice. Got everything selected. And I want you to pick a body font. So a body font is just simply a font that is easy to read and will not be overwhelming our audience who's trying to read all this text that's flashing by. So like this is not a body font. This would be good for a title of a film maybe, but not the entire thing. This is just too much, too difficult to read. So I'm going to change that, and let's find something that's a little easier to read. I don't want something too crazy. That looks okay. I went with Myriad Pro Black Semi-Condensed, but I want you to look through the fonts and find something. It doesn't really make a big difference as long as it is easy to read. So that means it should have upper and lowercase letters. It shouldn't have a lot of fancy script. It should be fairly simple and easy to read. Okay, so now the font's not scrolling. So I'm going to switch back to my select tool. That with V is the selection tool. E is the type tool if you want to switch back. And I was clicked over here, but if I click down here, I'm not selecting the text anymore. And I see this option to roll. It's going to say start off screen and end off screen, and I want to keep it that way. But when I press play now, you'll see that it's going by. But wait, it doesn't show all of the things because it only ends with written by, which was way up here, and I'm missing all the rest of this. So why isn't it doing that? It's because my text box is too small. So what I got to do is click on the text box and just drag it some more, because I don't have enough space until I've got room for all of that text. And there's the last guy, Leonard J. Paul. Original music by Leonard J. Paul. So we're going to stop right there. And when you hit play, all of that will run by really fast. I want you to leave it like this for now, because I have to grade a whole bunch of these, and 4 seconds is just about as much time as I want to spend grading this assignment. When you're ready to export, you'll just export and turn it in. If you were making your movie and you wanted to make the credits easier to read and last longer, all you would have to do is just drag this. And then it'll just take that amount of time to finish, and that's a lot easier to read. But for today, leave it at 4.23. That's probably what it'll end up as. It needs to be centered, it needs to have that nice body font, and it needs to make sure that you have all the credits given, and that's it. Just make sure you export your exports folder. Make sure it's the export folder right here, and click export, and you're done.